It doesn't matter. Good morning, everybody. I'm Ed Parcaut here with Mike Kelly, and we are Real Estate Jerky Daily. Thanks for being here.
Hey, thanks for look at I can move around.
We all can move around.
Look at
Just focus on what we're supposed to be talking
What
about.
are we talking about?
I don't know. Probably something to do with
numbers.
real estate. Do you?
Yeah.
You want to go through them real quick?
Look bad.
You want to
go through them right now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, watch this. Boom. So look at that.
Close year to date, right?
Year to date from January 1, 2024. 706.
024.
Yeah, 2024, 2024. Since January 2024.
And what's today? Today is the first week, so that would be 3 months supply. Basically, yeah, it'd be 3 months. So 706 divided by 3, 235 a month. Whoa! Wow, we're breaking it in, man.
We're kicking the butts of some people.
Yeah. So let's take a third off that divided by 3. That's 78 off times 2. So that's 156 out there. And if you take
cash,
that's what's left.
Yeah.
And I still haven't taken investors off of there because they, who knows how they're buying it.
Yeah, exactly. Mostly cash.
Yeah. Well, we don't know.
Yeah. 431 active listings. So that's up a little bit.
Pending's good.
You know what what the active listings tells me? People are listing their properties too high.
Yeah, you think that?
Yeah. I'm seeing things staying on the market a little bit longer. And I don't know if agents are the root cause because they're thinking, oh, everything's selling right now because there's no inventory, or if the sellers are the root cause, or if it's a mixture of both. Let's blame. I know what.
I think what the problem is, it's because of the uncertainty right now.
Yeah. I
don't think it's overpriced that much.
It's the fact that the lawsuit, they settled. They don't know what they're doing. It hasn't been approved by, the courts yet, the settlement. Nothing really is changing, but that's what it is.
I think it's a lot of things. It's the uncertainty out there about jobs.
Yeah.
Because everything's saying it's great. Like ADP employment came in today, right?
Right.
The report showed that there was an increase of 184,000 jobs created in the private sector in March, which was more than they expected of 148,000.
Well, when they expected it, maybe they were dyslexic.
Yeah. Well, the previous month's figure was revised higher from 140 to 155.
Okay.
So these are only private sector. It does not include government jobs.
Well,
and it doesn't include like the BLS report that's coming out on Friday that they're worried about is because they use these different models to do everything. These are actual
real
checked
numbers.
into, exactly, real numbers. And that's what they're worried about. The BLS is going to come in higher than what these numbers are. The problem is the biggest part of this report is I think 30% of it was hospitality and leisure.
Oh,
fucking people stay home.
Well, they're so sad. They're so sad. They're losing their job. They're like, screw it. I've got 3 weeks vacation. Let's take my last.
I'm going to use all my money and just go.
All my money right now.
No, but that's not big time jobs. Those are not $22 an hour retail fast food jobs.
Right. $20 an hour. Oh.
22 is in and out.
Okay. So. Bureau of Labor Statistics. When does that come out?
Friday.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. They're all worried about that one because of how it's put together.
Right.
Mortgage Banker Association. So there's 2 things that were supposed to come out today: ADP and MBA, the Mortgage Banker Association, the applications. So they released their numbers for last week. They're showing that application volume decreased by 0.6%. Applications to purchase a home were down 0.1% for week over week and down 13% year over year. That's significant.
13%
year over year, because last year at this time rates were cheaper than they were today.
Right.
Yeah. Right. We get all that. Everybody hear that?
Yeah.
Rates were less last year at this time, and we're down.
People were still buying pretty quickly.
Right, and so we're down 13%. So that's pretty sad. Refinances decreased 2% from previous week and are now down only 5% lower than a year ago because nobody was doing refinances.
Wow, we're out of the tents.
But so what are we looking at? I had somebody I talked to yesterday. They were okay. I just kind of want to go through the stuff, and then we're probably going to wait a year because for interest rates, and I want to pay off some stuff. And I'm going, okay, that's great. And I went through the whole analogy about the pellet, the Tour de France, how 6 months ago was that one rider out in front who's beating the stage and trying to win that stage. Now we have the 3 to 4 riders who are trying to catch him.
Right.
And it's him because there is no females on the Tour de France riding right now. Not yet anyway.
Right.
Or transgender yet.
Change gender.
Yeah. And so that 3 to 4 riders are trying to catch. That's where we are right now. So you have 3 to 4 people looking and writing offer, a couple people writing offers on properties. If you wait a year, that peloton of 1,000 of people, or we'll just say what truly in our area is 22 people fighting for that one house, is going to really happen.
Right.
And people really think, oh, I'm going to, yes, you can do that. But the difference is that house is going to still go up in value. We talked about it yesterday, that if you bought a couple of years ago, you have $208,000 in equity that's nationwide. That's not just here in California. So what should you do? You should buy if you can afford it.
Yeah.
If you can make it work, buy now and then refinance later. And I'm not doing that whole date the rate, marry, whatever.
Yeah, you just did.
I know.
And we've talked about that for actually 2 years now.
We talked about it forever.
It seems
but as they say on radio, when we're on radio, when you think that when you're tired of saying it, people are just starting to listen.
Oh, so what people should do is buy now, date the rate, and marry the house, marry the price.
Ignore that statement.
I know, but the one thing you can't do is you can't change the purchase price.
No, but you can lower that rate later.
Exactly.
And I'm telling everybody, well, how long do I have to wait to refinance? No, you don't go into it that way.
Right.
You say, okay, this is what I can afford. And what I'm going to do is then understand that down the road someday,
I'm going to be
refinancing. The waiting period for FHA is 6 payments. VA is 6 payments plus 200, not plus, but 210 days and 6 payments.
Okay.
Conventional is pretty much 6 payments.
So wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. But how about wait till the interest rate goes down?
Yeah. How about that?
That might take longer.
Yeah. Well, the other problem we're going to have is what we've been talking about for, I don't know, forever, is there's no inventory. We're not building homes in California. We're not really building homes nationwide.
Right.
And they're starting to blame the boomers.
Yeah.
All this problem is because you boomers aren't getting out of your damn house.
Oh.
So the first time home buyers can't buy your house. Not that your house is a first time home buyer, but it's like, okay, stop blaming people who own homes who don't want to move because they're comfortable and have a low interest rate and they're in their
more homes. Yeah.
When they're in their 60s and above and they're like, why do I want to take on more debt? I don't want to. I don't want to move. I like my house. I finally got it the way I wanted it. And now, can you get my neighbor to move? Because that's really, I really want.
Yeah. It's because they're a pain in the ass. Life events will never supply enough property for the pent-up demand for property. So you have to build new. And if you don't build new, we're going to always be in this problem.
Well, we can't build enough to get out of it.
Right.
The amount of homes that we have to build, homes like that, I must be talking about the football player.
Yeah.
But the amount of homes that we would have to build to get caught up, we won't be able to do.
Yeah.
And we're going to be like this and I was telling somebody else, they were looking, they have a 2-bedroom, 1-bath home up in Tuolumne County. I'm like, we'll keep it and go buy the next one. Well, they can't do that because they had a couple lates during the bad time. And so their FICO score is a little bit lower. So they're going to sell that and do it.
Yeah.
And you have to look at different things, why you need to do this. So people are looking to move up because they don't have a choice. They need a 3rd bedroom because they got another kid coming. They don't have that choice.
Right.
Well,
they got bunk beds.
Well, I just try to explain to people, if you can keep that real estate, keep it.
Yeah.
Because it's going to continue to go up in value and outpace. And that's what I try to explain to some people who are getting reverse mortgage. I say, okay, these reverse mortgage rates are 6 to 7%, depending on what you're at. I'm just as an example.
Right.
And as long as we are appreciating at the same rate, you're really keeping, you still have equity built in there. And not to worry about it. The whole purpose of doing it is to get your dignity back. And so your kids don't have to cover stuff for you. If you do it
right,
and talk to your financial planners, because a lot of financial planners are going, hey, by the way, you're 65 and you have only $400,000 in your retirement account and you're taking out way more than you should.
Right.
And so, and they're like, okay, go get a reverse mortgage so you don't have to make that payment. That'll help you double your money will stay twice as long because you won't have to take that out. So you talk to them about these things.
I agree.
Let's see here. Redfin. So Redfin put an article out that they read, and there's 3/4 of older American homeowners ages 60 and up are planning to stay in their current home. So that only gives you 22% that are leaving their home.
Right.
1 in 5 baby boomers are considering moving into a community with older people or have already done so. Why do I want to move in with older people?
Well, are they taking care of their parents?
Well, no, they're moving into those 55 and older communities.
Old folk homes.
That's not old folk home. Old folk home is what they're taken care of.
Yeah.
And then also smaller shares of baby boomers are considering moving in with an adult child, moving to an assisted living facility, or moving in with friends. I think most of the boomers at that age now are going, oh, I work out. I am not the same person I was, my parents were. So if I don't know if you've seen the new Ghostbusters, I haven't seen the movie, but you know who's in it. It's the same characters that are in it.
Right.
The guy that was in the second movie, they came to start helping him out. I can't think of his name, and I apologize, but
Ernie Hudson,
the black gentleman.
Yeah, Ernie Hudson.
He's 78.
Right, and he was in great shape.
Oh yeah, and they show all the other white guys in there and how they're younger than him, and they're in horrible shape.
Yeah, alcohol.
Bill Murray, 40, and they were like, Bill Murray's been bad for years.
Yeah,
after Groundhog Day.
Bill Murray in his 30s looked like he was in his 60s.
Yeah. So just take care of yourself is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
That's it. And furthermore, so what else I want? The fact empty nesters,
right.
Baby boomers own 28% of 3-bedroom homes in the U.S.
28%
of all the 3-bedroom homes are owned by them.
Wow.
50% of them are owned by BlackRock.
That's what I was going to say.
That's a joke, people.
Yeah.
While millennials with kid own only 14%.
So furthermore, nearly 80% of boomers own the home.
Meaning that they don't rent.
Right.
They own it.
Yeah.
Compared to only 55% of millennials.
Right.
54% of boomers carry no mortgage at all.
Wow.
I had somebody reach out to me that I helped them get in a home a couple years ago, VA, and they're like, "Can we do reverse mortgage?" I'm like, "God, I wish you could."
But they're
not enough equity yet. No, they're old enough. There's not enough equity yet.
Oh,
if you bought 2 years ago at 100% financing.
Oh, yeah.
And if you know anything about reverse mortgages, you're going to be lucky to get 50 to 55% at a 62 age.
Yeah. Give them another year and a half.
And they go off with the youngest person in the house. And in the past, people will go, okay, we'll just we won't put you on the loan, blah, blah, blah. But when that person passes away, if you're not on the loan, now you got to refinance or sell the house, all that stuff. If you're both on the reverse mortgage, then it doesn't matter.
You're a little more protected.
Yeah. So just be careful doing that if somebody's telling you to do that.
What do we got coming the week ahead?
I don't know. But so here's the problem I see out there.
Okay.
I know we're at 12 minutes, but HUD awarded $30 million to fight for Housing Act violations.
What does that mean?
Okay.
I mean, so cities are not
discriminating, sexual harassment,
or not meeting their housing element.
No. This has to do with somebody else.
Whiner shit.
No. Well, so I searched, what these current cases were, and they're all against apartment complexes, all about this. And, it's all anti-discrimination, which probably didn't really have it, but it was easier to settle.
Right.
But here's my problem. So and they're giving it to like 37 different states. Here's my problem with the award. Here's how it's being distributed under 4 initiatives. Private enforcement will get 16.7 million. Education and outreach will get 9.4 million.
Okay.
And housing organization will get 3.7 million. Why don't we do this? 16.7% to fair housing organizations to get people into homes.
Right.
And give the enforcement, which is real bull. There's enough of it with regular government.
Right.
This is just more money. This is like the homeless issue.
They'll
never get rid of homeless. They want it worse because too many people are making money off of it.
Way too much money.
And that's just my take. I'll get off my soapbox. All right. So that was
let me get up there. I believe that they're making way too much money on the homeless issue.
All right. Rest of the week, tomorrow, Thursday, we have initial jobless claims, and then the big report on Friday, the BLS report. Other than that, there's not a ton of news out there. We were told to float after we were told to lock a couple days ago. And then we had a huge on Monday reprice for the worse, because of the stuff that's coming out. And
right
now some of the Fed are going, okay, we only see potentially one time we're going to lower rate this year. And that will be in the fourth quarter. I see no time this year they're going to be lowering.
Damn.
That's just me though. I'm just Ed Parcaut.
You've been saying that all year. I'm just Ed Parcaut.
I'm just Ed Parcaut. I'm nobody.
I have a truck.
I'm somebody to somebody, but yeah, I have a whole vehicle line.
How do you get that Parcaut edition?
Yeah, that's right. That's a special edition, I tell you. That's right.
Well, it's going to be I think it's going to be a very interesting April. I feel it's heating up for me finally. I've had so many people sitting on the fence, and now stuff's starting to happen. So I think it's going to be an interesting April.
I got a bunch of stuff in the works, and it's just, waiting on this, waiting on that.
Right.
Got one. All right. So I have one. I think we talked about this before. I have one property where the guy it was rented, but it's a VA loan.
Right.
And during the pandemic, he didn't make payments, and he did a modification, and he had taken a loan out in 2019 for 290. And now, 5 years later, he owes 300 and some thousand.
Oh yeah. We talked about this.
Yeah. So just be careful doing those modifications. And, he's putting in for a whole thing to get, well, I'm putting in for, one of those mortgage relief programs,
Right.
which he's not going to get because he's not behind him in his payments. It's already current. You should have done it beforehand.
Right.
And it's like, okay, but this is not your primary residence. I'm not involved with that, but I'm just thinking, I'm just going, okay, this is, you had a renter in here. You show your address is here on everything. So someone would technically think that would be mortgage fraud if they really investigated it. Because you can do a refinance with VA on a property that is an investment property, but only Earl, and you can only do a certain thing. You can't do a cash out though.
Right.
And you could see where he had done that over time. So yeah. So it's like, okay, people. And then he's crying, I didn't make a payment for a year and a half, which means I didn't make a payment for 3 years. That's just, code. They said they'd add it onto the back end of the loan. That means principal balance.
Right.
There is no back end of the loan. They don't go, okay, we're going to extend you for this period of time. And that's separate. No, that goes on the principal balance, and you're making so many payments on it.
Yeah. I know it's 30-year loan, but now it's going to be 30 years and 4 months.
Yeah, no, it's not. But anyway, it's a modification where they add it to the principal balance, and you're making payments each month.
Yeah. Hey, so what starts today? California Fair Plan for a few?
For immigrants.
Right.
Yeah. I hope people get into it. It is a lottery. So the positive thing is, okay, they're not going to be a huge increase in people jumping on property and getting the things going through the roof, because they have to go get it and then they go get the property.
Right. Right. So if you haven't had your clients do all the education yet, get the education out of the way. But it starts today, and I guess they're going to run it through May. So it doesn't go away.
They run out.
Well, they're saying they're going to run it through May as the lottery goes, and so that doesn't go away in 11 days like last time.
That's because they're not letting everybody have access to it. They're only letting people families who have never owned a home in the last 7 years, your parents. Yeah. That's kind of people. And that's going to be a problem for a lot of people.
Well, my parents haven't been dead long enough, but I already own a home, so I'm not getting.
I know, but it shouldn't be. They've set it up for only certain people to get those loans.
Right.
And I don't mean like certain people, national groups. I'm talking just how it's set up. It's going to make it very much more difficult for someone to get in.
Generational first-time home buyers.
It has to be first generational home buyers.
Yeah.
Yes. The question is how many people are going to lie, and how are they going to find that out?
We'll find out. Stay tuned. We'll let you know in May.
Yeah. Again, send me all your VAs. Oh, so remember how we can do VAs in 15 days. No problem. And actually, I can get it done in 8, but you got to have the appraiser on board. So our first one we did, just rather, we've been talking about for the last, 3 weeks or whatever. The first one was easy. The appraiser got it done in a few days and turned it in. Right. This one, I'm not going to say his name, but I don't like him. He saw the property, and 5 days later, he still hasn't turned it in.
Right.
And the agent on there called him and said, hey, just check in to make sure there's no issue. I have until the 4th.
Oh, he just said, leave me alone. I have
until the 4th.
I'm invoking my right.
Yeah, well, they have 10 days.
Yeah.
I get that. Yeah. But, and someone's like, well, why are you, thinking?
Are you really that busy, or are you just being a turd?
Yeah. Well, Netflix probably got in the way of watching Netflix.
Oh.
My issue, we're done. If we can get everything done, if they've seen the property, they know how to type it up and get it done.
Right.
I saw it done by somebody else who wanted $700.
Yeah.
He gets $700, but it's like, really, I understand you've been doing this long enough. Maybe it's time for you to go do something else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Help us out. You see, it's a 15-day escrow.
Yeah.
We still have plenty, even if they're coming in tomorrow, we still have plenty of time because it's not supposed to close till next Tuesday. But yeah,
work with us.
We could have closed it in earlier. The people want to get into homes. why make people wait to get in a home because you just don't want to get around to typing up the appraisal?
And time's a killer. Well, those are people that you should just stop using.
Don't have a choice.
I know.
It's VA. They pick it.
I know.
Yeah. Unless I write them in the,
Yeah. Have your agent write them in.
Yeah. That would be potentially calling him out, I guess. All right. I'm done complaining.
I'm not.
All right.
But I'll be done.
Yeah. Again, I guess we didn't talk about it today. Don't forget Operation Firewalk is coming up. It's in
2 weeks.
A little over a week. No,
half.
it's not 2 weeks, dude. It's like next
week and a couple days.
Not this weekend, the following weekend.
Right.
So please go sign up. If they haven't updated it to where you can check the boxes, whether you're first responder or veterans or you just want to help out, let me know because they're supposed to have that done. But we're trying to get everybody signed up ahead of time. Because day of, it's going to be, we need to know how many people want food,
right?
How many people want this? And so you got to sign up ahead of time, please. You're going to start hearing it on the radio. I got iHeart, I guess being on the radio for the past 6 years kind of worked out. I got them to do 60 spots on 4 of their different radio stations.
Oh, so a PSA?
Yeah.
Nice.
So 60 over the next week. And then I said, okay, I'll pay how much to double that. Right. And so that's what we did. So it's 120 on each radio station over the next 10 days or whatever it is till we're there. Yeah. Just to get people, because we've talked to a lot of people, but people, they always wait till the last minute.
Yep.
Stop it.
Please don't.
All right. Make it a great day. Thanks for being here. Thanks, Mike.
Have fun. Thanks, Ed.
All right. Make it a great day.
Bye.
Bye.